What's going on, guys? It is Lex back with another live surge market session. Super excited to be here. Apologies to yesterday for those who joined. Um, Technical difficulties on our end. It happens. No worries. We're here today. I had just mentioned that it's probably a better day to do some market analysis, anyways. I love later in the week just because it gives the market time to develop and give us some data. So um, for those who are coming back to one of these live sessions, welcome back. Glad to have you here. The usual, we're going to run down some news. I know we have some major news events today, and then we are going to actually look at some charts. For those who are not a returning, viewer of this market session, great to have you here. Welcome. My name is Lex. I'm partnered with Surge Trading. I do have my own educational platform called Flex Trading. So you will be seeing Flex Trading listed as a resource on the Surge Trader page for additional education. So that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to give you guys great market analysis, set you guys up for success, drop some nuggets here and there for you guys to take with you and sit on and see if you can apply. So we're going to go ahead and get in here. Last week, I called out 4 different setups. I do these live market sessions twice a week. We have awesome people who come on here and do them. Brandon, we have Raul. For those who speak Spanish, he speaks Spanish, so you can watch those episodes as well. But we went 4 for 4 last week, so it's a great thing, guys. Additionally, what is it already? September 20th. So it's already September 20th, guys, and I remember doing my first one on August 28th. So it's already been like 21 days since my first live market session with you guys. So it just goes to show you that time is not slowing down, and time's not speeding up. So it does go by quickly, but I do want you to know that don't rush the process. Don't rush making profits. Right now, this is all about developing the skill set. So let's go ahead and start off with our usual. These calls don't last forever. They're about 20, 30 minutes. Just trying to give you guys the best, highest probability setups here. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you guys the news. So I love to start here, guys. This is my preferred channel. It is called forexfactory.com, as you can see at the top. This is why I use Forex Factory, because I just love how it lists all the economic news events. So some of you guys might be sitting here asking, what are news events? Why do you care? Some might have already heard me say this. But news events are important, guys, because as you can see, there's usually 3 color folders. Maybe we have one on here. So yellow is low impact, red is high impact, and orange is medium impact. There are times, guys, where the folder is yellow and it explodes. There's times where the folder is red and it doesn't move. This is more so just a guide to say, hey, we do have news coming. It's very important to just be aware, especially if you have your eyes on particular pairs, right? So at 2 a.m. last night, we had GBP news. So if anybody was looking to trade a GBP pair, this is something that you want to keep your eye out for. So I like to match the currency pair with the fundamental news with the actual pair that I'm trading. As you can see, as we go down this list, we have FOMC at 2 p.m., guys. FOMC is basically just when, the Fed, Jerome Powell, comes on and he basically says, hey, are we going to hike interest rates or not? Right now, that's up in the air. We only hike interest rates when inflation is getting out of hand, right? It's a mechanism to try to curb inflation, but a lot of other things become increase in price. So if you have loans, you have a flexible interest rate, meaning it's not fixed, like a housing loan. You could see some increase on your interest, credit cards, everything that has interest. So this is an important news event. FOMC probably is one of the most important news events that we get every couple of months. So important to be aware. So, people say, well, do you trade on the news? I don't trade on the news, guys. I either am already in a trade I'm moving break even before the news. If I'm already in a trade and I don't have the opportunity to go break even, I have my stop losses in place. But if the news is dropping, I'm not entering, right? I'll allow the news to drop and then I'll find some sort of entry. So right now, guys, looking ahead, 2 p.m. USD. So if you're looking to trade USD pairs, this is something that you really want to know. Additionally, if you're not trading USD pairs, you have to understand that the world reserve currency is the dollar. We are seeing countries pull out, but nonetheless, it is still a dollar, so it is impacting other currencies around the world. So this is important for all currencies, but primarily USD, and for any countries that do any sort of bartering system and trade system with the US. So 2 p.m. USD, 2:30 p.m. Is USD, some more FOMC. 6:45 p.m. is NZD. So if you're looking at an NZD pair, NZD CAD, NZD USD, NZD JPY, these are important news events to pay attention to. I do have another 9 a.m. session tomorrow, so I won't touch the news right now since I do come on tomorrow at 9 a.m. as well. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and move over into the charts. So let's take a look here, guys. And for those who don't know the way I trade, so just to give you guys an easy breakdown, very simplistic of my trading style. So guys, I really do love the 4-hour time frame. I'm somewhere in between swing analysis with intraday entries, intraday scale-ins, intraday take profits, intraday, scoping. So love the 4-hour and love the 1 hour. I don't hold trades weeks at a time. That's not my style. I really love to just take my profit when I'm in profit, right? So I could hold trades for maybe three days max is pushing it. But scaling in is okay. So you might hear me say, I take one trade a week. And what I mean by that is I look for one overall high probability setup. That is most important to me, is looking for that high probability setup. Once I've identified the overall high probability setup, I then will hop down into my lower time frames and find multiple scale and entries. So I might have 3 scale and entries on one setup. For me, that is one trade a week. That is where I see the most success. I do have a trading journal, so I know these things because I track these things. I look back and I can say, hey, okay, this is where I'm successful. Every trader that's trying to learn how to trade, every trader that's currently trading live, every trader that's profitable, they have a trading journal. That is a distinct difference in your success. You have to be able to go in here, write down what you've done, after you trade, so that you can see your trends and correlations. So when you go to take the next trade, you're not doing the things that didn't make you successful. The trading journal and the trading experience is to teach you everything that you are not supposed to do in the market. So super important to have that, guys. But let's go ahead and get started. We can see on the DXY, I had what I call a new high on the 4-hour. I have this level marked off. I want to see the DXY stay above or trade beneath. Very simple. And I'm not looking to necessarily trade the DXY. I'm just looking to make a projected analysis off the DXY. And why is that? Why do I start with the dollar index? Well, for those who are new, or for those who do know, pairs correlate, right? So for the DXY, we might have a positive correlation with, we will have a positive correlation with USD, Swiss franc, USD CAD, which means anything USD XXX will move positively with the dollar index, which means we'll move with it. All right, we'll look the same. We'll go up when the DXY goes up. Any pairs that are inversely correlated to the dollar index will move against it. So while the dollar index is pushing up, guys, we could see the XXX USD pairs go down. So GBP USD, AUD USD, Euro USD, NZD USD, and so forth. So that's why I use the DXY. I think it's important for me just to add that to build a slight edge and make things really easy in my life. All right, so DXY right now, we're bullish. If we break this level, we're headed to the downside. But nonetheless, guys, right now, this is where we're at in time. Wherever I draw my zones, whatever time frame I draw my zones, that's the zone That's the time frame that I respect the zone being drawn on. So if I draw a zone on the 4 hour, that is a 4 hour zone. If I draw a zone on a 1 hour, that is a 1 hour zone. If it's on a 45-minute time frame, it's a 45-minute zone. Because you can see 45-minute zones, 1 hour zones break, but you're really just going to a 4 hour structure point. So as we go through my pairs and glance at things, you may see 1 hour last line of defense. You may see 45-minute last line of defense. I am not restricted to only taking my setups off of a 4 hour analysis. If I see something that's really clean on the 1 hour or 45 minutes, that's what I will show my team as well. So very important to respect your time frames and stick with what works. All right, trading is a game of being routine, being redundant. It's not going to switch up a lot. You're going to come to this computer screen, do the same thing over and over again every single day. So make this as routine as possible and stick within your means. So DXY right now, we do have a new high. If we break this level, we go lower. If we respect, stay on top, we go higher. Very simple. Gold. So this is one that I actually have called out to my students. We're actually in profit on gold. I had my first entry here, but I just gave my students the scale in. So you can see on gold at the moment, and look how I have a 1 hour last line of defense. So you guys can see that I have a 1 hour last line of defense. You're probably like, Lex, what is the last line of defense? For those who have not been with me, these are the same structure points. If you ever hear me say last line of defense, they're literally the same structure point as the previous higher low that was responsible for creating my new higher high. So if this is my new higher high, this is my new higher high right in here. I'm gonna pop this here. This is my new higher high. I understand that price cannot trade beneath this 1 hour last line of defense. So it's red because it's my danger zone, right? This is my area on my 1 hour time frame where in order to maintain structure, we got to stay either equal to this level or we got to stay above this level. So you have to understand price can run all the way to this level before continuing higher. Price can run short of this level, which is maintaining bullish structure, and go higher. Okay, so this is something that's really important to know. If price breaks this level, then we switch our bias and we start looking for sells. But right now I want to stay with structure. And right now you can see, we'll even hop to the 2 hour. You can see that we had this new high. We had this beautiful pullback right in here. Beautiful pullback, and now we're starting to see some bullish momentum. So something that I want to show you guys. So I'm going to show you guys how I use my 1 hour for a setup right now, and then I'm looking at the 15-minute to the 5-minute. All right, this is a little more advanced. I teach my students, my beginners, my newcomers, do a 4 hour analysis and then stay down in the 1 hour for your entry points. As you become more involved with this market, guys, I've been trading for 5 years, okay? I'm talking every single day. As you get more acquainted with the market, you're gonna see that, okay, I can go to a 1 hour setup and I can hop down into the 15 into the 5-minute to find my entries. So that comes with time. You wanna start in the higher time frames and then work your way down to learn, how to read and how to understand the cohesiveness of aligning your structures from every time frame down. So we're going to use this example. High, higher, low, high. All right, and imagine these as my 1 hour structure points, guys. These are 1 hour structure points that I'm drawing. All right, and I'm going to mark it off just like I would. There's my new high. This is my last line of defense. All right, and we'll say 1 hour last line of defense. Okay, there it is. Right in here, let me delete that. All right, I'm gonna make this zone bigger. So now guys, my understanding is I can trade all the way back to this level before going higher. I can break this level, I can stay above and continue forward. So my students have a set of confirmations they reference when they're in these positions that will literally sequentially walk them through on how to take this trade, how to get set up in the trade, to how to enter the trade. So now let's drop into a 15-minute perspective, right? So now imagine this, and I'll make this yellow. So my yellow is now my 15-minute time frame. So guys, on the 15-minute time frame, because we have to pull back, right? We're at a 1 hour high, we have to pull back. You're gonna see 15-minute lower lows and lower highs, right? That's just normal structure. Well, to get back to TP1, which is always my higher time frame structure point, I need to see resistance levels breaking. I need to see new internal lower time frame highs, right? Because if my 1 hour is bullish and I'm seeing new higher highs and higher lows on the 1 hour, then that means on the 15-minute, in order for me to start moving in momentum, moving in alliance with the 1 hour bullish time frame, I have to see my 15-minute do what? Print new internal highs, right? Because that's bullish structure, and break resistance levels. So I'm going to draw this out. So this is what we're looking for. We're looking for price to break resistance, come back, break resistance, come back, and this is how you get your multiple entry opportunities. So right here, just on this example, this would have been 1 entry, 2 entry, 3 entry to take it back to this high. Currently, that's where we're floating with gold right now. If we drop into this 15-minute time frame off this pullback, I'm probably going to drop a little lower. It's a little more advanced on these lower time frames, but you can see, right? So let's focus on relevant price. We already know the 1 hour structure, guys. We already see the new high. Now it is aligning. It is absolutely aligning my confirmation. So I'm going to, for this, one unique episode, I won't give this out every market session because these are confirmations that people have to pay for. People like my students have paid for it, and it's revolutionized their trading. So I'm going to give it to you guys on this one call and show you what my confirmation list looks like. So confirmation order flow. All right, and this is bullish. So we'll see a new high. And guys, this is sequential. You're going to have to understand that you're not going to jump around with this confirmation list. I teach this in depth. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. part series. Okay, don't do anything different. I like it 50%. I don't know why I'm writing these out. I literally have them. Here we go. Perfect. So here they are. So we're gonna walk through these. Won't take long. So bullish confirmations. So you guys can see on here, I have 2 lists of confirmations. This list grouped together right here is my structure confirmation, which means I can't even entertain the idea of a trade unless I have a structure confirmation first. The next set of groupings are my price action entry confirmations. So right now, bullish confirmations, new high check. I have a pullback check. I have the 50%, which means I like price to pull back 50% of this push check. I have a break and retouch, right? So simple break and retouch, break and retest, flip zone, resistance turning to support, check. EMAs, I like to see a new high above my EMAs, check. Immediately, guys, I have all of my structure confirmations. That means I can now entertain the idea of getting in the market when I have my price action confirmations. So now I'm looking to establish support. This can change from 4 hour to 1 hour. It's whatever time frame you're analyzing the structure on. So if I'm analyzing this on the 1 hour, this will be establishing support on the 1 hour. And I'm just going to change that really quickly, guys, and save this as the new default. I don't want you guys to think, okay, I got to be in the 4 hour, even though I'm looking at a 1 hour setup. No, it's on whatever setup time frame you're analyzing on. So establishing support simply means when price is pulling back, I need it to start to slow down by establishing support. What does support look like? It's the candlestick variation of bearish bullish. So you can see we are trying to gather support here. Bearish bullish, bearish bullish, bearish bullish, right? We tried to hold it here. We stop hunt at this level, bearish bullish close. So I do have my established support. This second one on my confirmation list is just a note for me. Always buy at support, guys. If I am looking to get into this buyer's market, I don't want to see myself buying at highs. That's too high because price needs to pull back. I want to see myself buying at support levels. So immediately I'm good to go with that note. Now internal breaks is what I just showed you down here. These are what I call my internal breaks to get back to my 1 hour high. So if we go down into lower time frames, I'm going to show you. And this is my absolute favorite confirmation. This is the one that really makes me a lot of money in this market. Is this right here, this internal break. So you can see this was my low, lower high, low, lower high, low, lower high, low. And then we created this new internal high. And you can see it better on the 5 minute. All right, and I'm not afraid of pullbacks. I'm not afraid of drawbacks because my risk is so small all the time that I'll take a loss. Like yesterday, I had an 8 pip stop loss on a trade for an 80 pip reward. I ended up losing $101 because why? I stayed within my risk. And I don't mind losing 8 pips, guys. We got to understand when you get in this market and when you're taking your trade setups, you literally have to be okay with what you're willing to lose. All right. It's not a matter of getting rich overnight. It's nothing like that. You want to be okay with the amount that you're willing to lose. One technique that I love out of all the books I've read, guys, I'm a book junkie, I'm a knowledge junkie, is that don't get overly confident and think you're right. Don't get overly confident and think you're wrong. Just calculate your risk. All right, calculate your risk. Understand your risk. Accept what you are willing to lose. On that trade, I was willing to lose 200 to make like 1300, 1400. Ended up only lost $100. No big deal. What does that do? It keeps me alive to trade. Guys, you cannot be a profitable trader until you learn ways. Two things: ways to protect your capital so that you can later evolve your capital, and having a strong psychological mindset. Those are the two most important things. You literally have to be numb and detached. If you knew my journey, you would know at this point I am so numb to this market. I am so detached. I've gone through every lesson. I've done every dumb thing. I've made $25,000 in a day before, and then the next day I blew 19,000 of it. All right, I've done all of it. So when I tell you that you must be okay with what you're willing to risk, and you must be okay with what you're willing to lose, and you'll be a good trader because you just want to learn to trade another day. You have to protect your mindset, and the way you protect your mindset is by being okay with what you're willing to lose. All right, this isn't a game of who can have the highest hit rate. It's literally the best loser wins. It is not hit here, hit here. If you guys are staying on for Brandon's call after this, you'll hear him say it is not about being 90%. It's just about poking these high probability areas, having low risk, and then eventually finding yourself out on top. I could lose 3 times losing $100 and I only lost $300 to make a trade where on average, I gather anywhere from 50 to 100 plus pips a week, guys. I'll make that back no problem. It might be missing $200 off the profit, right? It might make 1,300 and only come out with 1,000, but I'm still making 1,000 from my computer, from my phone, from the luxury of my desk, from anywhere I want in the world. So keep all of that in mind, guys. But just to glance back at this gold really quickly. We have the internal break. Look at these, what I call internal new higher highs, right? So if this is a new higher high, how do I like confirm that? Well, guys, I don't want to see price trade back beneath this low. Very simple. This low was responsible for this internal high. I don't want to see us trade back beneath. If we trade back beneath, this trade is invalid. I'm currently already in it. I took an entry here, I think yesterday, or maybe it was early this morning. Took it. And now we have this internal. I actually have a scale in right in here. So my stop loss is literally here. So if I lose it, I'm probably going to lose like $60 on gold. Overall, I break even on my first entry. So I really have no risk. And that's what it's about. It's not about if I'm wrong, I don't believe I can trade. I think I'm incompetent. I just don't understand. I understand that this market is so random, but that all I can do is try to keep my portion of my responsibility in place as much as possible. That is my job in this market. But as for winning, I can lose 3 trades in a row, get on a 4th trade, and completely make up for everything. So I don't care. Like, I don't care if it doesn't go my way. I don't say I'm wrong. I just say, no, market's not following suit. Perfect. On to the next. And that is how I trade, guys. So you can see I have the internal breaks. Boom. Off my checklist. Equal higher low or higher low, guys. This is the higher low to this previous higher low, right? Price stayed above. We ended up trading above it. So we're holding bullish structure. And you can see that we have momentum. So look how this momentum starting to come into play. 15-minute. Yeah, so we're starting to see this momentum rise. So right now on the 5-minute, if we tap back into here one more time, I might grab another entry. If not, I'm just going to let this thing run. I already have 2 risk-free. So this could eventually play out for me as a $2,000 trade. So I'm willing to lose $100, 60 to $100 on this trade, because you got swaps, commissions, all that go into play. So while I might be losing $60 overall, Gotta account for all the other fees and stuff like that. So it could be $100. And let's say I come out this week with no wins. That means I really only lost $200. It's nothing on my account, guys. I'm trading a very nice size account. So it's about keeping your risk in place and accepting what you're willing to lose. And you can see that on my confirmation list, guys. All of my confirmations showed up. I tell my students over and over again, you have a great trade setup when these confirmations are all there. And there's times I take trades where they're not all there, maybe one or two are missing, but your best trades that hit time after time have all of these confirmations on that list. So guys, make sure you have your confirmations list. You should not be blindly entering this market on a hope and a whim. That's not how trading works. Forex gods are watching. They are not going to let you get away with it. So very, very important there, guys. And really, I just wanted to focus on gold for this particular call. I didn't want to go too much down the list. Once I saw this, I'm like, hey, this is pretty high probability to share on the market live. So I am just going to share gold this go around. I'm sure Brandon will touch on it after. He's like a gold guru as well. I enjoy gold as well, but there's some other pairs. We'll glance at NZD/USD as well, so you can see we had this NZD/USD beautiful flip. So we have this new internal high, guys. This might be another great opportunity. So let's mark this off together. This is actually really nice. So this becomes my 30-minute last line of defense, right? Because I'm just stalking structure. My 30-minute last line of defense right here. Even though on the 4-hour time frame, I am in a bearish market. This is a new low, and this is my 4-hour last line of defense. And that's why I tell you guys, you must respect the time zone you're marking your trades on, because while that's my 4-hour last line of defense, I have to respect that in this market right now, I have a new high, a new internal 30-minute high that I can account for right in here. So maybe we can see this thing pull back. We can use the confirmations, bounce in here. We can go higher. So that's something to look out for on NZD/USD as well. I originally had the NZD sell from here, but you can see that price didn't play out. We actually didn't get our price entry confirmation. So I told my team, there's no trade. This is invalid. It doesn't mean I'm wrong. It just means I don't have enough data. I don't have my confirmation. So we just move on. Nobody took the trade. Beautiful. Now we can continue to wait. Ended up calling out gold. So 30-minute last line defense, guys. If it breaks, we go lower, okay? If we hold the 30-minute last line defense, utilizing all of our confirmations that I just showed you, we go higher. And guys, these are recorded, so these stick to the Surge Trader YouTube. So go in there and re-watch these. Make sure you're taking these notes. But nonetheless, beautiful trade setup. But this is really what I'm focused on right in here. So for me, it's gold. If it doesn't play out, it's not a big deal, guys. You just continue to analyze. Last week, 4 for 4 again. So this week, I like what I see. I personally enjoy what I'm seeing here. So I'm going to go ahead and allow this price to develop and just sit and wait. I'm not going to stare at the computer screen. I have no need to do that. I'm just going to allow price to dance, set it, try to turn, forget about it. I don't need to, just stare at the computer screen like that. That's not conducive to myself as a trader. And I know that because I'm 5 years in, guys. I love this market. I'm passionate about this market, and I know the do's and don'ts of the market, but forever learning. So guys, with that being said, I'm going to wrap this call up. This is the live market analysis. We are back here tomorrow, 9 a.m. I can't wait to give updates and see what these news droppings did and go over the future analysis. Great news, my website is officially launching on 9/22. It is complete. The mobile and desktop version is complete. I do have a Get Funded tab on my website where it explains my partnership with Surge. So beautiful things there. I'm sure Surge will go ahead and drop my website link. Beautiful options there, guys, to learn and just consume more knowledge, from monthly analysis to just paying for my trades, because I have people who are just like, I just want your trades, because they trade the same as me, but they just want my trades. Or I have a lifetime bundle, which comes with a plethora of things: one-on-ones, live market sessions, video library, my market analysis. You get infographics from me that I create. You get access to my flexology psychology workshop. So lots of cool things there for a decent price. So guys, with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. keep your eye on this gold. Let's see what happens. I can't wait to circle back tomorrow and analyze what went down in the live market. So be great, and I will see you tomorrow.